Hello, my name is Chris Castell. I'm the owner of horseracingsystems.net. If you haven't done so yet, I'd encourage you to have a look at the website. We've got some probably the best systems that are available on the market. A new breed of horse racing systems. That's exactly what they are. Breaking new ground. Anyway, this video is to help those who'd like to have a bit of an insight into race cards. A lot of you won't need to see this video because you'll know the race card inside out, but it's designed for those who'd like a bit more information. We'll have a look at the racing post first and have a look at the race cards. Click on that and this shows you what's available for the day. There are two types of horse races. There's National Hunt and there's flat racing. Huntingdon is a National Hunt race course. You'll recognise National Hunt because there are three types of races in a National Hunt. Those are hurdles, chase and National Hunt flat. If it has those three terms, you'll know that it's a National Hunt race. If it's a flat race, it won't have any of those three terms in it, and they'll just be condition stakes, selling stakes, maiden stakes. Let's go and have a look at a race now. At the card, it starts off with 4:20 Huntingdon. 4:20 is the time. Huntingdon is the meeting. It's a handicap hurdle. It's a Class 4 race. Class determines the standard of the horse, really. Not always the case, but it's a very good indication that class gives. The higher the class, the lower the number. So the highest class is a Class 1, and the Class 1 race will invariably attract the very best horses. 4YO plus means the youngest horse in the race will be 4 years old, and ages go up from there. 0 to 115, that's the official rating. So the highest official rating is 115. That's the official rating, really. The higher the number, the better the horse. But I'll go into that a bit more in a moment. Winner, 2,927. That's how much prize money the winning horse will win. Good, that's the going. So, and the going is how much water in the ground there is. The more water in the ground, the going will be heavy or soft or very soft, that sort of thing. If it's very, very dry, it might be firm. So good is about the middle standard of going of water in the ground. 2M 110Y, that's the distance of today's race. 2 miles 110 yards. There are basically just very roughly 200 yards in a furlong. If you want to convert this into furlongs, you can go there are about 8 furlongs in a mile, and each furlong is about 200 yards. Okay, so if you work out how many furlongs first, you do 8 times 2, so that's 16. And because there's roughly about 200 yards in a furlong, you know that's half a furlong. So the distance of this race is roughly 16 and a half furlongs. That's how you can do a quick calculation, so you roughly know. Number of runners, that's the number of runners at the writing of the race card. There may not be that many in the end just before the off, because there may be some non-runners. Moving down a bit, we've got these figures down the left. That's the position the horse got in the last race, or the last races. So if we look at crutch chain, its last race it came 6th. In the race before that it came 5th. In the one before that the rider fell off. It was an unseated rider. Then there's a dash, which means that was the beginning of the season. And now we go over to the season before that, and it came 5th and then 5th before that race. If you have a figure 1 to 9, that's the position it got in that race. So if it got 1, that means it came first. If it's 2, it came second. If it's a 0, it means it came 10th or worse than 10th. If it's a letter, that means it didn't finish the race. If F means the horse fell, P means the horse got pulled up, U means unseated rider, so the jockey fell off. If it's an R, it means the horse refused to run. These are the horses' names. You can click on any of these and look at further history. If there's a letter at the side, like a D, that means this horse has won at today's distance in the previous race. If that was a C, it means that the horse has won at today's meeting. If it's a C and then there's another box next to it which has a D in it, it means it's a course winner but also a distance winner, which means that it's won at the course but it's also won the distance at a different course. If it's CD in the same box, it means it's a course and distance winner, which means that it's won at today's course and it's won at the meeting. It's won at today's course and it's won at the distance. If it says BF, that means it's a beaten favourite, which means in the last race it was favourite to win, but it didn't go on to win. Sometimes you get letters down the side, like B, which stands for blinkers. If there was a B1, it means it's blinkered for the first time. There are other letters as well, but I won't go into those right now. But if there's a letter at the side, like this for example, that's a tongue tie, T for tongue tie. It means that it's something that the horse is wearing on its head. It could be cheek pieces or tongue tie or blinkers or visor. This is the age of the horses, so that's straightforward. Then we've got the weight of the horse, the weight the horse is allocated to carry. This is a handicap race. We've got the highest weight at the top, and at the bottom we've got the lowest weight horse. Underneath that is the official rating. As I said earlier, that's the higher the rating, the better the horse. The handicapper tries to balance things up for the race and puts the highest weight on to balance it out, because the handicapper wants to make sure that the race is as equal as possible. Then we got the jockey and then the trainer. Sometimes you have a number next to the jockey's name. That means the jockey is carrying a weight allowance. So in this jockey's case, he's carrying a weight allowance of £7. Sometimes trainers go for an inexperienced jockey for the weight claim, because they might feel that their horse is up in weight a bit too much and it needs that drop in weight to stand a chance of winning. So it puts an inexperienced jockey on, gets the weight claim of £7, so that weight can come off the horse, and the horse would then have a better chance of winning, because the horse, the race is mostly the horse and not the jockey. Some people think that oh, this jockey's on board, so I'll go because of that jockey, and that's not a good strategy, because the majority of a horse winning a race is down to the horse and not the jockey. The jockey can make a difference, but it's not that critical. Then we've got TS for top speed, the highest speed the horse has raced at. RPR is Racing Post's rating. These figures down here are the best available odds at the moment. The betting forecast, this is what the Racing Post thinks the starting prices will be. So it thinks that King Brex will have a starting price of 11 to 4. King Brex at the moment has a price of 4 to 1, so it's a little bit higher than that, than the betting forecast. If we drill down a little bit deeper and have a look at Crutch Chain, got some more information about the horse, more information about how it did in various different races, whether it was hurdle, chase. And then looking at the races here, we've got the date of the last race, the date of the very first race it ran, and how it did, the very first races. And then we've got, looking at the top, its last race was at Huntingdon. It came, the distance it ran was 21 furlongs. Now in today's race, we've got 2 miles, which is approximately 16 furlongs, so 16.5 furlongs in today's race. If you have a look down here at 16 furlongs or thereabouts, 16 it came second, and it came first. 17 it came third. So it clearly likes that distance. If you have a look at these races where it was doing a bit more than that, it's not doing so well. So it prefers the 16, 17 furlong distance. Then you can have a look further along at the going. So there's good, GF is good to firm, GS is good to soft, SFT is soft, HY would be heavy. And the going in today's race is good. And let's have a look at what it's been running good at. Well, it's good to soft, soft, soft. So it likes a damper ground. The horse does, and maybe the horse may struggle on the going. Then you've got the class of horse. In its last race it was running in a class 3. Today's race is a class 4. So it's dropping down in class by 1. So that will help the horse's chance. And its last race it was racing in a handicap, that's HC, hurdle, H for hurdle, handicap hurdle. And then these are various different races. NV for novice, novice chase, CH for chase. And then just finishing off, there's the weight that it carried in its last race. So last race was 11.7, today's race 11.12. So it's up in weight about £5. And then you can also look to see how it did in previous races. So that's 11.5. That was today's weight. So it's done reasonably well at that rate. So it came first at a similar weight, just £1 less. Today's weight 11.12. So it's up about £6 more than its premium weight when it was winning. And finally, looking at this, it came 6th in its last race, 10 runners there were. It lost by 29 lengths, and that's the name of the winning horse. The jockey that rode Crunch Chain last time was AP McCoy, same as today, and the official rating 115, which is the same. And that's it basically. I hope that's very helpful for you, and I hope I've covered areas which you didn't know before, and so that now you do. As I said earlier, if you haven't had a look at the website, please go on and have a look. There are some free things for you to download, and these are very high quality products.